Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Wolf Warrior 2, Chinese action film from 2017 that is directed by Wu Jing, who is also the lead actor. Now let me start this review with my thoughts on the first Wolf Warrior film that was released back in 2015. Now Wu Jing also directed and starred in that film. After killing the brother of a big-time drug lord, a Chinese sniper, Jing, is targeted by a team of vicious international mercenaries led by Scott Adkins. Now that first Wolf Warrior film started off pretty well with some nicely violent shootouts, and then it shifted to kind of a decent military war games exercise where the violence really wasn't real. And then after that, it shifts back to real violence between the bad guys and the protagonists. So the action is mostly in the form of shootouts in a forest, which will disappoint martial arts fans who may go in expecting more martial arts extravaganzas in that one. I mean, the final fight is pretty good, but it's ultimately a disappointment because a fight between Wu Jing and Scott Adkins should be awesome, not pretty good. So, I was kind of disappointed with that film, even though I consider it to be moderately entertaining. Because the pacing is pretty fast, and that helps to mask some of its flaws. So, yeah, pretty good film. Should have been a lot better. So how does Wolf Warrior 2 stack up in comparison? Well, I'm happy to say that it's way more entertaining for reasons that I'll get to in a minute. But first, the wafer-thin plot. Wu Jing finds himself in an African country this time, protecting medical aid workers from local rebels and vicious mercenaries led this time by Frank Grillo. Now that's the basic premise, and that's really all you need to know regarding the story. So how's the action? It is glorious, for a bunch of reasons. So first of all, there is a ton of action in this movie. That's the great thing for a movie like this, because there's not much in the way of dull filler to sit through, which maximizes pacing and helps to keep things moving. Second, the variety of action is pretty impressive here. You got shootouts, jeep chases, fights. It's a cornucopia of mayhem, I guess you could describe it as. Now that's important because if the style of action was the same way all the way through, it may get monotonous because there's so much of it. But that's not a problem with Wolf Warrior 2 because it mixes things up quite nicely. Third, there is a lot of heavy artillery and pyrotechnics that are showcased in this film. And it helps to create like a big budget, high octane feel to everything. It gives it a big rush of adrenaline. Wolf Warrior 2 feels like it had a $100 million budget, even though it only had $30 million. So that's a major compliment to Wu Jing's direction and action design. He got a lot out of that $30 million. I mean, we've all seen big budget Hollywood films that are like $200, $300 million films that don't have a quarter as much action as this sucker does. So, good job. Fourth, the action has a blend of, and I love this, realism and over-the-top absurdity kind of mashed together. So you basically have like bloody massacres that are mixed in with like crazy throwdowns. I like this because there are some just ridiculous moments that pop out of the carnage and become memorable because of that. Look out for that mattress box spring scene. Oh yes, it's a classic. Yes, a mattress box spring is used to just amazing effect in this. I'll have to remember that next time things go down in America. I know what to use it for. Fifth, the bad guys are really, really evil. Really evil. They just indiscriminately just murder boatloads of civilians in cold blood in this movie, which harkens back to the days of the baddies from the late 80s, early 90s Hong Kong films. There are times in this movie where you just like shake your head at the helplessness of the victims in this. But it does add a little bit of an edge to the film as well, which I liked. And sixth, the final fight is a big improvement over its predecessor. It lasts longer, it's more violent, and it's also more exciting because you really want to see Frank Grillo's character just get taken down in gruesome ways. You know what I mean? So, for all of those reasons, Wolf Warrior 2 is just incredibly satisfying as an action film. Now, Wu Jing is very comfortable in this role as the lead actor. He's basically born to play roles like this. He has a very likable persona on screen, and it makes it easy as a viewer to get behind his character and stay engaged with the stuff that happens in between the action. The lead actress here is Selena Jade, who previously acted alongside Wu Jing in another action film by the name of Legendary Assassin that was released back in 2008. And I remember watching that one when it came out on DVD soon after it was released. That was a moderately fun flick. It has its problems. Maybe I'll review that one at some point in the future. But I did moderately enjoy it. And I liked her performance in that, but I think her performance in Wolf Warrior 2 is better. So you could definitely tell that Selena Jade has become a more seasoned actress at this point. And I think she plays off of Wu Jing and the other characters very well in this. I really liked her in it. Now, the flaws in this movie are exactly what you would expect by simply watching the trailer. Just fire up the trailer on YouTube, and whatever flaws you're assuming are probably going to be true. Okay? There's lots of genre cliches, dumb moments, poorly developed characters, and completely unrealistic stuff thrown in. But you can tell that the filmmakers put a lot of effort into making this a crowd-pleasing spectacle. And on that level, it's a resounding success. It really is. I'm going to rewatch this movie dozens of times in the future. In fact, I might do a double feature of Wolf Warrior 2 and Operation Mekong in the same night. That's definitely going to happen at some point. So yes, Wolf Warrior 2, I'm really happy Wu Jing is finding big financial success. I mean, this movie made tons of money in China, and I guess they're planning on making Wolf Warrior 3. Now, if he's able to make Wolf Warrior 3 as purely entertaining as Wolf Warrior 2, I'll kind of be surprised, because this movie's kind of special. I mean, it really does put a lot of dumb American action movies to shame, especially ones in recent memory. So check it out if you're in the mood for a film like that, because I'm supremely confident that Wolf Warrior 2 will satiate the needs of action junkies. And if you're an action junkie, you know what I'm talking about. And fortunately, it is widely available on Blu-ray, DVD, and Amazon Instant Streaming. So, as always, I will see you next time.